not lower level. The course is technically an intermediate course. So it's the equivalent of the third and fourth. It is the third and fourth semester of Spanish. But yes, it is an intermediate course. The students are not intermediate. They represent the entire spectrum. So they know from the start that this is something they're going to have to do. I encourage a lot of speaking in class. I'm really pushing them, like, try to speak, try to speak, try to speak. They're still really nervous about that. So I don't think I do anything terribly formally except try to create an atmosphere in the class where speaking is encouraged and it's not judged. But still, I'm their professor and it's the classroom, and that's nerve-wracking. And then when we're coming up to the conversation, what I do is there's a certain level of scaffolding that, you know, when we're prepping for the conversation, what I'll do is lead them in sort of okay, if you're having a conversation with somebody in Spanish, what are the sort of things that you would want to be able to say? So let's come up with some things. Like, you'd want to be able to describe yourself and your family and your major, because they always get stuck on their majors. So so they're like, you know, somebody asks them their major, they're like, yo estudio exercise and sports science. Okay, well, before the conversation, that's probably something you're going to want to talk about. So how do we say that? And then, so then we come up with, we come up with a list of things that we could say about ourselves in Spanish, words that are useful. And then also, if you don't understand, what are some sort of phrases that are useful to have to say, I don't understand, please repeat, please slow down. And then what sort of questions would you want to ask this person? And so then we do a little exercise in class where we just pick somebody randomly from the partner list. Okay, now let's look at this person. And so I go through, and this is all in Spanish. Okay, we're looking at Carolina. ¿De dónde es Carolina? And you're looking, okay, es de Bogotá. ¿Cuál es su profesión? Es una estudiante. ¿Cuántos años tiene? Tiene 22 años. And so they're going through and pulling out information about her. Okay, cool. Now you know this information about her. Now you can say this stuff about you. Yo soy de San Antonio, soy un estudiante, tengo 18 años. So you have a lot of language here already. Now, what sort of questions would you like to ask Carolina? Let's start making up some questions, because you're going to have to keep the conversation going. And so we create this sort of a cheat sheet, and I tell them, you know, you may not use this at all. You may go in there like clutching it and think you may never say a single thing on it, and that's perfectly fine. But it's there then, if you're talking with her and you get stuck and you just can't think of something, you've got a few things that you've written there already. I want them to just see that they can do it, and then go and do it, like that they are capable of it. And I want it to be I do want it to be kind of well, besides me, I suppose, as language-loving extrovert who also loves to travel. Like, I would have loved doing something like this as a student. Like, just doing it would have been sheer pleasure for me. So I just really want it to be kind of an enjoyable experience for them. Just, yeah, meet somebody, talk to somebody different, see what it's like where they are, and see that you are actually able to speak Spanish, so that when you leave this class and you go out into the world, you know that you actually are more capable than you thought that you were.